Okay, so today we're going to actually start putting together some content because I know yesterday when we were going over the whole introduction, everyone was like, I want to get into the content. I want to get into the content. So today I am giving you a content lesson that you can start on. It's actually one of the most common themes in across my programs. You guys have seen it in the $7 group. You've seen it in this one. My 45-day client accelerator students know it. They probably dread it, but I recommend doing my 15 pieces of content exercise as often as you can, especially if you're doing a challenge. This is literally something that I do every 2 weeks to ensure that I have enough content that's going to last me for every single Facebook Live. But before we get into that, there's something that I want to cover with you guys. And Kayla, I hope that you're not going to mind that I'm going to share our little story from yesterday. And so one of the things that I often get when clients come to me and they want me to help them with their marketing is they're not super clear on who exactly they're talking to. So yesterday when she came to me, she wanted to target young people in their early 20s, late 20s, and they're not really sure what they want in life, right? So these are the people who, when I asked her, I was like, well, who exactly is that, right? Because the way that you're going to talk to people, young people who are stuck in a 9 to 5, is going to be very different language than someone who's stuck in a restaurant job or an industry shift type job. And so the first thing you have to realize is, who am I talking to? Am I being specific enough in my messaging? Her, for example, if she would have continued on with this program, just targeting younger people who don't know what they want in life, she would have had to have been talking to so many people because the messaging, right? Think about this, the way that you are going to position your message to let's say a young woman who has been out of high school for a couple of years. She's stuck working at a bar. She's working a shift job. You're going to talk to that woman a lot different than you're going to talk to a woman who got stuck as a secretary, right? Even though that secretary wants more in life, right? But the secretary works a 9 to 5. That secretary more than likely has holidays off, whereas these shift workers and industry workers, they don't have holidays off. They don't get to pick their schedule. Their schedules are crazy because I know a lot of my friends, like whenever they get their schedules, they don't know, they can't plan anything because they're stuck. I don't know. I won't know my schedule for 2 weeks. Right. And so that's why it's super, super important that when you are niching down, that you are niching down to where you can literally describe your person with the drop of a hat. Like in Kayla's case, like we were able to drill down to, restaurant workers who want to retire from their shifts and move into a more profitable and dream-driven career. Now, whether that is, a career that they start themselves in a home business, or whether that's, like she mentioned yesterday, like her helping them make the decision to maybe go and get their massage license or something like that. But we're taking them out of those shift type jobs where they're not having to work holidays. They're going to know what their shift's going to be every single week. And so with you have to know exactly who you're talking about. I know, Holly, you've done a lot of network marketing, and a lot of network marketers are told, you should just market to anyone and everyone. But so I had a client once who sold Unique, right? And when she came to me, she was like, well, I just need to sell to every woman needs this product. I was like, yes, every woman does need this product. I was like, but the way that you're going to do messaging for a young woman in college, right, with a busy schedule is very different than you're going to talk to a stay-at-home mom with kids. And the way that you talk to a stay-at-home mom with kids is very different than the way that you're going to talk to a professional woman who needs smudge-free makeup and needs to learn how to get out the door in less than 10 minutes every single day. All of those messagings are going to be different. And that's why it's super, super important that you know exactly who you're going to be marketing to, because you don't want your messaging to get mixed up. Okay. So I wanted to get that out of the way because that is the number one thing that I probably help people accomplish on strategy calls is really drilling down who they're going to be talking to. Because as we move forward, today we're going to be learning about the 3 different types of content that I produce, whether I am doing an organic strategy or I'm doing a paid strategy. Power content. You guys have probably heard me talk about power content before. Nurture content, and then there's conversion content. Now, what do each of those mean? Okay, so let's start with power content. So power content is geared towards 2 people. One, people who don't know that they need your service, and two, people who know that they need your service, but they don't know that they need you, right? So they've never heard of you. They've never heard your brand name. They're brand new. So it's what I call a brand awareness phase, which is different than the brand awareness objective in the Facebook advertising. Well, it's not different. That's why they call it the brand awareness objective in the Facebook ads. But when I say brand awareness, more than likely, I'm always talking about the power content phase of your business, okay? So anyone have any questions about power content? So this is the content that you are going to put out where you're not asking for anything in return. You will not ask for a name and email to get it. You are literally giving people the content. You're doing it during a Facebook Live. You could do it with an Audible. You could do it with a blog post, but you're giving value and you're having a strong call to action. Whether that call to action is for a cheat sheet, a worksheet, you're going to help someone solve a problem in that one video. That's power content. Now, once someone has opted in to your offer, or in our case, maybe we added them on our friends list, right? Because this gets tricky whenever you're doing this paid, you could do it in a sequence, but whether you're doing it organically or paid, it still has to get done. And your nurture content, a lot of you guys are already doing nurture content, you just don't know. This is where you're giving them a glimpse of your personal life, your family, right? This is where you are giving them an inside scoop on who you are. Nurture content, you're going to continue to give value, but you're going to kind of shift a little bit to where you're going to start executing something that I like to call the Meanie strategy. The Meanie strategy, you're going to do posts that motivate, educate, make the pitch, and entertain. Okay, so this is the time where you can be yourself. You can, spread your wings a little bit and not be business all the time, but you're still going to give valuable content. So a lot of you guys are already doing this on your personal profiles, right? You're posting pictures when you're traveling, you're posting pictures of you hanging out with your kids, and you're also doing like your business posts. But I would recommend, if you are just starting out, doing more power content than anything else. And then once you've got a lot of power content underneath your belt, you're shifting into the nurture content. Now, the conversion content is something that I usually put at the end of the funnel whenever we're doing a paid type strategy. But you could easily do conversion content on your profile, right? Because we need to make the pitch. We need to sell our program. And so your conversion content, that's going to be your case studies. That's going to be your testimonials. That is going to be the content that is really going to sell your product. And again, we're talking about organic here in this 21-day program, but you still need to be aware that there's power content, nurture content, and conversion content. Now, the way that you're going to present that on your personal profile, that's up to you. Whenever I have a program that I know that, like this 21-day, I knew that I had to promote that. And so I did a lot of conversion content before launching this program. But most of the time on my personal profile, I stay in power content mode where I am doing Facebook ad lesson after Facebook marketing lesson, after video lesson. I am just like delivering the value as much as I can. Okay. Now in my 45-day, we actually do this in sequence with paid advertising, but still we have to execute this in the next 21 days. You can do it, like I said, any order that you want. Does anyone have any questions? Because I know we're really going to get into the whole technical part in a few.
Hi, Laurel. I have a question.
Yes, Sarah, how's it going?
I'm looking up at my screen. I'm not avoiding eye contact. So yeah, I'll look in the camera now. I'm going fine. So my question is, if you're doing the power content, and oh, happy day when I suddenly become lucid and can write all the time, is there any value in having more than one piece of content out on your page at the same time? Or is it better to have one good piece every day?
I literally did my power content every day. Like whenever I committed, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go live every single day for 100 days, just teaching Facebook advertising. And that's what I did. And so I did it every day. It is actually better that if you guys do it every single day right now, because no one knows who you are. Power content is very important right now.
Okay, so I'm happy to do that every day. I'm questioning, do I do something else as well? Like, is it, if I start to write a nurture piece or something, is that going to impact my power content or not?
It shouldn't, as long as you're releasing stuff that's of high value. Like if you want to go live every single day and then you throw up a blog post or two, I mean, that's perfectly okay too.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question.
Hey, Laura, I have a question.
Absolutely. Hey, Corey.
Hey, so here's my biggest challenge with the power content. And it's coming down to knowing my clientele, right? So I feel like I need to do more research on figuring out like what their pain points are. What is the best way of doing research on my markets? So
Go hang out with them.
Okay.
Make friends with them on LinkedIn, on Facebook. Go to where they're hanging out. Like, I know your main audience is like chiropractors. Is there some kind of, I don't know if they have chiropractor conventions or something like once a year or something, but I mean, you could even call, send an email to one and ask questions. I mean, that's pretty much what I did. Like whenever I first started, like I wanted to go into the whole like pizza parlor, like niche, right? Originally what I was going to do was I was going to make a course that taught pizza parlors how to run their own Facebook ads, because it's really easy to run ads. And one of the things I learned when I talked to them was that they don't want to learn how to do it themselves. They want to hire someone to do it. And that's how that turned into that. So I was like, okay, I'm killing the course and I'm just going ahead and moving forward with the agency.
I see. Now, when you learned that, did you learn that from like face-to-face, or did you learn that from just your content?
Both.
Okay.
Like for the most part, like when I work with local clients, I like to go ahead and like go introduce myself, like go eat at their place, like just go hang out. Like if I were you, like I would go and get your back cracked by a couple of chiropractors and start up a conversation,
Gotcha. Okay.
Don't be afraid to do it, So one time when I was in the dentist chair, I was like, hey, so you guys do Facebook ads? It's like always.
Hey, I was at the dentist yesterday. I should have done that.
Yeah, exactly. And so you just have to put yourself in. Now, what we're about to do, like this 15 pieces of content, it's going to vary from people who are doing local businesses to someone, like Kayla, who is going to have to do a lot more content to get people to pay attention to what she does. So whenever we're moving on to this, like I said, it's going to be a little bit different, which is going to be a good segue to moving on to this exercise. And so this is one of my absolute favorite things that I teach my students, because this exercise right here is the thing that gets their results, right? How many of you guys have so much problem trying to come up with content that, you're watching everyone, they're like, how are they doing so much content? And so whenever I started developing this exercise, whenever I first started working with local businesses, because everyone was having problems coming up with content. And so everyone kept asking me, how are you doing your Facebook Lives? And I was like, I don't know. I just like made up this little exercise and I started doing it. And I realized that I could plan 15 pieces of content in less than 5 minutes. And so I'm going to back up a little bit so that we can see. So I'm not the best drawer in the world, but this is a sad face. And then we have a happy face. And I drew a line, right? Because you're trying to get sad face over to happy face. And then there's 3 notches on this line. And so this is the thing. You want to help your clients get a small win, right? You don't want to overwhelm them. Now, what this is going to look like for a local business, like what Corey's doing, you don't have to do a lot of convincing of people that they need to go to the chiropractor, right? They either need to go to the chiropractor or they don't. And so Corey could probably get away with just doing this as 1 notch is his power content, 1 notch is a nurture content, and 1 notch is his conversion content. He could easily do that, right? How's he going to convince chiropractors that they need Facebook advertising, right? Then once he convinces chiropractors that they need his content, they need his service, then he's got to convince them, okay, how do I convince them that they need me? They already know that they need Facebook ads. Now, how do I convince them that they need me? And then, okay, how do I sell them with all of my client success stories, right? So that's what Corey's would probably look like. He would have his power content, his nurture content, and his conversion content all within 15 pieces of content. Corey's lucky. He's got it easy. But for most of us, we have to do a lot more convincing, especially when you're in the coaching, agency, consulting, authors, speakers. Like, you have to do a lot of convincing of why people need your service, right? People know that they need to go to the chiropractor. It's for their health. But we have to do a lot of convincing that people need a life coach, that people need, consulting for their business. They need a lot of convincing, because it's a lot of money to invest, especially for someone who might be stuck in their 9 to 5. And so that's why power content is super, super important. Now, for someone like me, and I basically teach people how to do Facebook ads, right? And so a lot of people's first instinct would be not know how to do Facebook ads, knowing how to do Facebook ads, right? That's way too much information. So yesterday, I was mentioning how I have one guy, and he was one of my first clients. He works in West Hollywood, and he is a personal trainer. And whenever he first did this exercise, he was like, okay, people are going from unhealthy, blah, 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 to healthy, and all in 15 pieces. I was like, Seth, you can't make someone healthy with 15 pieces of content. And so I had him really drill down, okay, how can we give one of your clients a small win? What is something that one of your clients asks you to do that you can actually show them how to do over a matter of days? And so he was like, okay, he's like, well, all of my clients that come to me, they want to be able to plank for 5 minutes. I'm like, perfect. And so he's like, okay, so I'm going to do a video teaching them how to plank for 5 minutes. I'm like, no. If you do a video that teaches your clients how to plank in 5 minutes, are they going to accomplish that at the end of the video? After watching the video, do you think his client's going to be able to plank in 5 minutes? No. He can show them all day long how to do it on video, but will they be able to do it? And that's what you have to ask yourself. After a client watches this video, are they going to be able to plank for 5 minutes? And create your own scenario. After my client watches this video, are they going to be able to accomplish something? Every single piece of content, you want your client to accomplish something, right? I'm going to use my example because I know like my audience so well. A lot of people want to know how to do Facebook ads, right? But before, there's so many different ways that I can show people how to do Facebook ads. There's so much information. It ain't all going to fit on here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show people how to retarget, right? So we're getting people from here to here. They don't know how to retarget. They know how to retarget. And so a lot of people would think, well, you could probably show that in one video. Yes, I can. So what you're going to do, let me switch over here. And so in order to get them from sad face to happy face, in order so that they can retarget, that's their whole thing. They have to learn how to do their custom audiences. They have to know how to write content, shoot their video for it. And then they need to know how to place their ads, right? Now, I'm not going to do those 3 videos still. I still have some work to do, because even if I did a video on how to create custom audiences, how to write content in video, and how to place the ads, I'm still not giving my client a small win. They're going to be overwhelmed because there's so many different types of custom audiences. And so I'm going to break each of these down into 5 more videos. And so 1, I'm going to teach them how to do a custom audiences of people who visited their website. It might be a 3-minute video, but I'm giving my audience a small snack size win to where they're going to be able to move on to video number 2, where I teach them how to do a custom audience of people who have engaged with their Facebook and Insta pages. Okay, so I'm going to literally break each step down into micro-sized videos, because after a client watches a video, I want them within the next 5 to 10 minutes to be able to go do that and have a small win. And I'm going to do the same with write content and video. I'm not going to do one video on how to write a Facebook ad and how to do videos, right? Because if they're doing a retargeting campaign, they're going to write a different content piece for each one of these audiences. And so I'm, again, going to do number 1, how to write a headline that's going to get their attention. 2, how to write the ad copy that's going to get your readers to click over to your ad. 3, video 3, I'm going to show them the formula of doing a 3-minute video that's going to keep people watching till the end. Does that make sense? I'm breaking down what most people would put in one video, and I'm breaking it down into 5 smaller videos. And so that's what you're going to do. You're going to start with, where is my person now? What are they unhappy about? What is that first small win that I can give my client? And then I'm breaking it down into 3 actionable steps. And then I'm breaking down those 3 steps into 5 snack size videos that my clients can accomplish in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Does that make sense? Any questions? This right here, this exercise right here is going to be your homework for tonight. And then tomorrow we're going to meet back here at 8 a.m. and we're going to go over each of your first 5 videos. And then we're going to start executing. So tonight, what I want you guys to do is do this exercise. But remember, keep it a small win. We don't want to, do something that's too large, like say that, you're going to take someone from, being overweight to being, totally healthy and happy. We want to break it down. And a lot of times right here, these 15 pieces of content could be your first course. You're trying to get people. So a lot of times, like what my first client did, the guy in West Hollywood with the planks, right? He did not being able to do a plank to being able to plank for 5 minutes. And then, week 1, he was showing them plank for 20 seconds. Then the next day, plank for 35 seconds. Then the 4th day, plank for 40 seconds, right? And he turned it into a 14-day challenge. So this could actually be content that you can create a challenge with. So there's so many different things that you can do with this exercise that's going to give you the content that you need to attract. Remember, we're doing the FAST formula. You need to set the foundation to attract your ideal client with a strategy that's transparent. And so you are utilizing this right here to be totally transparent with your client. Remember, you don't want to market with curiosity. You want to market with strategy. Forget what you've been taught. We're not going to create curiosity. We're going to freaking market your product, and we're going to get people into your business. Does anyone have any questions? Probably tomorrow.
I have a quick question.
Absolutely.
And it really doesn't have to do with this as much as we talked about it a little bit yesterday. For those of us who already have a business page, should we just sort of ignore it for this challenge and just focus on our personal page? Like, what should we be doing?
Absolutely not. What I would do is I would go live on your personal page and download the video and put it on your business page.
Okay.
Because this is the thing. What's really cool, and this is what I love doing, is because if you go live on your personal page, just download it, put it on your business page, because then 3 days from now when you go live, you can use that video that you posted on your business page as a freebie, right? A call to action. Hey, if you're wondering, especially like, because all your content's going to be able to be like congruent, right? If I'm teaching, like let's say today I do a Facebook Live and I'm showing people my 3 favorite audiences to use, right? Well, in that video, I might not have time to go over how to create a custom audience, but hey, you know what? Last week I uploaded that one video because most of the people that are watching your videos are not going to see every single video. And so I could say, okay, you know what? My 3 favorite audiences are custom audience, go into what a custom audience is, look-alike, blah, 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 target audience, boom. Hey, but by the way, today I'm not able to actually show you how to create a custom audience, but I have a video that walks you step by step through. Drop me a note below if you want it, and I will send it straight to your inbox, no opt-in required. And then what I'm doing is I'm going to get the link from my business page, and I'm sending that to them in their inbox. And what is that doing? Collecting that pixel data. Okay. So all your content, so you want your content to all work together. You want to have your Facebook pixel installed, even if you're not planning on running Facebook ads yet.
Okay. Thanks.
You want that pixel to start creating data of people who are engaging with your content, because when you are ready to start running Facebook ads, like let's say and this is something that I do, I download my Facebook Lives and I put them on my business page, and I go ahead and I boost them and I send them to all my custom audiences for like $1 a day. But I'm getting all of that pixel data, and I want to get as much so that whenever I do run my ads for my $7 group or my 21 day, I can literally just promote it to people who have already been engaging with my content. I don't even have to mess with the cold audience.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, no worries. You guys good?
Quick question on the business page. We were talking about it yesterday, Laurel, about using a private page compared to business. And I was looking back through my contacts, say on my personal page compared to business. And my business page is much more targeted to the people who I've collected through that, and like, you know, current business people and whatnot. Can I run the lives through that?
Absolutely. And what I would do is I would just boost it. Like if you have a budget, I would boost your live. Like if you want to do this whole challenge from your business page, I would do all of your lives and boost it to your current audience.
Yeah, I think my business page audience is more relevant. It's about the same as my personal page, but in terms of numbers, so the quantity's there, but the quality I think will be better through the business page. So yeah, I can do that today. Okay.
Yeah, what I did for the first couple of weeks was I trained the algorithm on my personal profile to show content to certain people, right? Because I don't want my mom commenting on my thing, because then Facebook, it's called the mom effect, right? People like want to invite all of their friends and family to their business page, or they have their friends and family on their personal page. And so what happens whenever people invite their friends and family over to their business page and their friends and family start engaging with those posts, Facebook knows that those are their friends and family. And so Facebook says, oh, that must be a post for friends and family. And so it starts to only show it to friends and family. And so you definitely want to keep your business page and your personal profile separate. Like, even though Facebook will tell you, hey, invite your friends and family to like your page. No, don't do that. Because your friends and family will start to engage with your Facebook business page and they will screw up the algorithm. The same thing, like, so whenever I started on my personal profile page, I went into it knowing that. And so what I did was I created lists. Facebook allows you to do lists. And so as I was adding business people, I was actually putting them into the business like label. You can label your friends. And so I was excluding my friends and family from my Facebook lives. And I did that for a while, probably for a good 90 days. And so only the people who were commenting and engaging with my posts were my business people. And so I had trained the algorithm to know what type of people liked that type of video. Now, whether that still works or not, I would have to test it, because now I have way more, colleagues on my Facebook profile than I do friends and family. But as I was building my list, that's what I did.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, that's good. I think I'll run it from the business one because I have more relevant people on that. I've been curating that for a little while.
Yeah, just make sure that you're boosting it to the people who you can make custom audiences of people to boost it to. You could boost it to people who already like your page, or you can boost it to people who have engaged with your page in the last 7 days, in the last 10 days, 30 days, however much. I like to, if people engage with my Facebook page, anytime in 7 days, I am sending them more content.
And you do that through Boost or through the business manager?
Well, you can do it. You can do a boosted post. I'll boost it from the front page, but you have to create the audiences in Business Manager.
Okay. Yep.
And there's a course on that. It's in the Facebook ads course on how to do that.
Sure. Great. Ta.
Anyone else have any questions? I think you guys are just ready to get started, huh? Yeah. Okay. Who had it?
Sorry, Kayla.
Hey, Kayla. No, don't be sorry. This is y'all's time.
So I actually have a business page, but I also have a business group that I've been trying to grow. And since I've been getting more on my personal page, I've been doing a lot more posting there and then kind of just sharing. I've noticed that I've kind of left my group, kind of in a sad little area. So how would you suggest juggling all three, or should I just focus on just the group and my personal?
So, and this is only my personal opinion. I wanted to grow my tribe via either my personal profile or my business page and keep all the content public, because it's really hard, especially when you run a free group, to be able to create content that's different, right? We're already struggling to create content that's going to make us stand out on our profiles. And when people have free groups, that's the struggle that they have. The reason that people don't stay in the groups, that they don't engage, is because they're not getting enough content that people feel like they should be engaging with in a group. And if you have enough content to do that, like I know with me, like my $7 group, that's why I go live and I do a lot of live teachings like over Zoom and stuff like that, because I have to give the people in my $7 group more than what I give on my personal profile. And so that's why, when I created that $7 group, that's my Facebook group. I don't have a free Facebook group because I just don't have the time to do duplicate to do more content. for a free group. I wanted people to have skin in the game. One thing that you could do, Kayla, is, and this is, you know, one of those like little ninja hacks, but what you could do, you could start, like, let's say you posted a video to your Facebook business page, but like, let's say you did a video to your group, hey guys, you know, and you're polling them, you're asking them questions, do something that's going to get them to engage a lot within the group on that. But instead of uploading the video to the group, upload the video to your Facebook business page, grab that link, and then automatically hide that video from your timeline so no one publicly sees it on your page, and post that video inside your group. What that's going to do is the people that are within your group, the Facebook pixel, right? It all goes back to our video on our business page. It's going to have the pixel. And so now you will be able to target those people inside your group who have watched that video. And so you're going to be able to make a custom audience of people who are in your group. And so you're going to be able to utilize that group still outside of that group. You're going to be able to run ads to them. So if you're not going to engage much with that group, I say do that, and then start just creating those custom audiences, people who are watching those videos that you're posting in your group, so that you can pull them out of the group and pull them into your page strategy.
Awesome.
So look, that's a little ninja hack to target people who are in Facebook groups, because Facebook doesn't give you the option to do that.
Now, would you suggest, I mean, I only have 97 people in there, and honestly, a lot of them are people I've known over the years. So I would say warm, you know, actually turning that into a paid group. That was the original plan, was to be able to have that for my course, but I didn't want it to look sad with 0 people. So that's why I have 90.
Absolutely. That's a great idea. Absolutely.
Awesome.
So another thing, I know, Corey, so that was what I was doing whenever I first started my agency and I didn't know who I wanted to work with. I literally just would ask permission to post my video inside the group teaching. I was like, I'm not promoting anything. I'm just going to show, you know, I'd go to these chamber groups and I'd say, hey, I've got this video that's showing your business owners how to do a Facebook ad from start to finish. Can I post it in the group? I'm not going to promote myself. I'm not going to do anything. And so they would be like, yeah, go ahead and post it. And guess what? Pixel data, Facebook ads later. So that could be something, you know, do a Facebook thing for chiropractors, you know, and there's this one group, Corey, that I totally like snuck my way into. It was called Chiropractors Who Are Christian. And I contacted the thing. I was like, look, I'm a marketer. I'm going to be upfront about it. But I was like, my mom's a chiropractor and she wants me to help her start marketing my business.
That's nice.
And so I was just able to get in there and just kind of like, you know, see what they're talking about, see what their pain points are. And again, do my video and, you know, but I quickly decided that that wasn't the niche that I wanted to work with.
Right. Yeah. I stuck into a group the other day. So, yeah.
Yeah. As long as you're not spamming and you truly are, you know, giving value, it's fine. Anyone else? I know we got a lot of work to do today, because tomorrow we want to work on where each of you guys are gonna bring this exercise. If we have time to go over it, go ahead and get it all done. Because if there's a few of you guys like there is today, we'll probably be able to go over each of this with all of you guys. And then we're going to start perfecting all of this content and we're going to start going live. Awesome. Well, you guys have an amazing day. Thank you guys for showing up early. Tomorrow it will be at the regular time at 8 a.m.
Great. Awesome.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
You're very welcome.